Milk. The silent controversy in your fridge. A scientific lens on animal milk and human health. For most of the human history, milk was intended only for infants, and only from our own species. The idea of drinking milk from other animals began roughly 10,000 years ago, which is incredibly recent in terms of evolution. Since then, milk from cows, sheep, and goats has become a major part of many diets around the world. But this raises a critical question. Is an animal milk truly a health food for humans, or are we pushing the limits of what our bodies were designed for? Let's explore the evidence. Nutritional composition of milk. Milk derived from animals such as cows and sheep is a nutrient-dense, biological fluid optimized to facilitate rapid postnatal growth. It contains 3 to 4% proteins, with casein constituting approximately 80% and whey proteins comprising the remaining 20%. It also contains 3 to 4% lipid, primarily in the form of saturated fats, cholesterol, and conjugated linoleic acid, which has been studied for its potential anti-inflammatory effects. The main carbohydrate in milk is lactose, a type of sugar made up of 2 simpler sugar units. In terms of micronutrients, milk is a significant source of calcium, phosphorus, potassium, vitamin B12, iodine, and is commonly fortified with vitamin D to enhance its nutritional value. Sheep's milk typically contains more protein, calcium, and fat than cow's milk, making it richer but also more calorie-dense. Scientific-based health benefits. Bone density. Milk provides key nutrients, calcium, phosphorus, vitamin D, and high-quality protein that are critical for maintaining optimal bone mineral density, particularly during periods of rapid growth in children and in postmenopausal women at increased risk for bone loss. Longitudinal research, including findings from the Framingham osteoporosis study, supports the association between regular milk consumption and a reduced risk of fractures in older adults, muscle mass, and recovery. Milk proteins, especially whey, are effective for post-exercise recovery due to their high leucine content. A meta-analysis by some scientists confirmed milk as beneficial in muscle protein synthesis. Metabolic health. Some studies link fermented dairy products, such as yogurt, with reduced risk of type 2 diabetes, possibly due to probiotics and bioactive peptides. Blood pressure and heart health. Milk contains bioactive peptides with mild antihypertensive effects. However, full-fat dairy may increase LDL cholesterol in some individuals. Now, let's have a look at risks and controversies. Lactose intolerance. Globally, about 65 to 70% of people are lactose intolerant, especially in African, Asian, and indigenous populations. Symptoms include bloating, diarrhea, and cramps. While not dangerous, it affects quality of life. Milk allergy, especially in infants and children, can cause hives, anaphylaxis, and gastrointestinal symptoms. Cancer risks. Studies suggest high dairy intake may slightly increase prostate cancer risk. The relationship with breast and colorectal cancer is more mixed, with some protective effects noted, especially for fermented dairy. Pimples and hormonal effects. IGF-1, which is insulin-like growth factor 1 in milk, may influence sebum production and worsen acne in susceptible individuals. Casein protein and its role in brain and body. What is casein? It is a slow-digesting phosphoprotein, comprising approximately 80% of cow's milk protein that forms micelles, clusters that release amino acids over hours. Milk protein reacts with stomach acid and forms a gel, leading to a gradual and sustained release of amino acids into the bloodstream. This extended digestion process helps reduce muscle protein breakdown, particularly during periods of overnight fasting. Allergic reactions. It's not only lactose intolerance that causes adverse reactions to milk. In some individuals, casein, the primary protein in milk, can elicit an immune-mediated response. This has been associated with conditions such as atopic dermatitis, gastrointestinal disturbances, and, in rare cases, may act as a trigger for autoimmune-related symptoms. A1. Milk versus A2 milk. What's the difference? Not all milk is the same. Some cows produce what's called a 1 milk, while others produce a 2 milk. These names come from the type of protein found in the milk. A 1 milk can release a tiny substance in your body that might cause problems like tummy aches, bloating, or even affect mood in some people, especially kids with sensitive digestion. I2 milk, which comes from goats, sheep, and some special cows, doesn't have this issue and may be gentler on the stomach. Some people say they feel better drinking A2 milk instead of regular A1 milk, but scientists are still studying it to be sure. Casein and the brain. What do we know? Whey protein is often praised for helping the brain because it has nutrients that support mood and mental function. Casein, the main protein in milk, works a bit differently. When our bodies break down casein, it can create a small compound called BCM-7 found in babies, and it might be able to reach the brain. But scientists still don't know exactly what it does, especially in adults. Alternatives like plant-based milks such as oat, almond, soy, etc. offer lower ecological impact but often lack the same nutrient density and less fortified. So, should humans consume milk? The answer isn't a simple yes or no. It truly depends on a range of individual factors. One major consideration is genetics. Some people have a trait called lactase persistence, which allows them to digest lactose throughout adulthood. Others, especially in regions where dairy wasn't historically part of the diet, may experience lactose intolerance, leading to digestive discomfort when consuming milk or dairy products. Age also plays a role. Children and adolescents, who are still growing, may benefit from the calcium, protein, and vitamin D found in milk to support bone development. Older adults may also use dairy to maintain bone density and reduce the risk of fractures. However, the need and ability to process milk vary widely with age and overall health. Then there are nutritional needs. For individuals with limited access to diverse foods, dairy can be a convenient source of high-quality protein, calcium, phosphorus, and other essential nutrients. But for those who follow well-planned diets, such as plant-based or Mediterranean styles, milk may not be necessary to meet those needs. Cultural and ethical values also play a huge role in whether someone chooses to consume milk. In some cultures, milk is a daily staple. In others, it may be avoided due to religious beliefs, ethical concerns about animal welfare, or environmental impact. Finally, certain medical conditions influence how the body responds to milk. Some individuals may experience worsened symptoms of acne, inflammation in autoimmune diseases, or allergic reactions to milk proteins like casein or whey. For these individuals, dairy may be more harmful than helpful. In summary, milk can be a nourishing and practical part of the diet for many people, but it's not essential for everyone. The key lies in personal biology, dietary balance, cultural context, and health status. Listening to your body and consulting with a healthcare or nutrition professional can help you determine whether milk is a good fit for you. Milk has surely played a significant role in human nutrition throughout history. It has supported the musculoskeletal health and providing sustenance to populations worldwide. However, it may not confer the same benefits to everyone. Its positive effects are most pronounced when consumed judiciously, in moderation, in minimally processed or fermented forms, and when containing A to beta casein, which may be better tolerated by some individuals. Ultimately, optimizing milk consumption requires consideration of individual biological responses rather than relying solely on nutritional labels. Thank you for engaging with this content. If you found it informative, we invite you to like, share, or contribute your insights in the comments.